cash or card? Do you want a little bag for it?
I can just throw it in there.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you grabbed it.
No, yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, and you can tap or insert whenever you're ready.
Alrighty.
Do you want to text or email receipt? No?
Okay, so you're all good?
Thank you. Let's pretend I'm not wearing the same outfit as my last outro, even though I'm filming it at the same time. I just finished filming my last outro, and now I'm going to film this outro because I need to upload this video, or edit it and then upload it. I hope you enjoyed this market vlog. It wasn't as long as my last one. If you haven't checked out my last one, go check that one out. I had more behind the scenes and talking to customers in that one, so go check that one out. I hope you enjoyed this one though. I will try to get more customer interactions in my next one, maybe, depending on how the setup is and all that stuff. But I'm going to do an overview for this market. I will tell you the amount of sales I had. I won't tell you the amount of money I made, but I will tell you my top 3 bestsellers and the amount of sales I had, and then just how I felt about the market overall. So first, I had 13 sales. My bestseller was the Powered by Jesus and Coffee crew neck, just like my last one. My second bestseller was Oh He's Coming hoodies, which just released for that market. That was a market exclusive. And the third bestseller was the Tell Someone About Jesus Today hoodie. 1 p.m. was the time that I had the most customers and the more frequent amount of customers. Oh, actually, I had more than 13 sales. I forgot my cash sales. So for cash, I had 6 sales. So overall, I had 19 sales. That's good. I enjoyed that market for the most part. We're gonna go over some things that I didn't really enjoy about that market, because there were some things I didn't enjoy. I will add the clips, and you've seen some of the clips already in the video, but the space was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm going to put a drawing on the board of what, on the screen of what the setup was like, and then like the overall outside. So it was an indoor and outdoor market, and the indoor space I wasn't able to go in because I was manning my booth, but my dad and sister and them would have let me, but I didn't. I like doing the cash register part. But the indoor market was smaller, like the space was smaller, so they put most of the clothing vendors and the vendors that needed more space outside. Even though I paid for 2 spaces, they allowed us to go outside because they said there would be more space outside for us. That was true for the most part for other people, but anyways, there was two Christian apparel people already there in the same area as me, which, hey, we didn't even like really have the same vibe of business, if that makes sense. The other one were, I think, 2 older ladies, and they had more of like bright like stripes and like, yeah, it was just a little different than mine. So I wasn't too worried about it, because we kind of had, I feel like we had 2 different clientele, if that makes sense. But they still, that they needed to put a limit on that. I feel like if they had too many, if you have too many of one type of thing, then someone's not going to be getting the business, which I'm not saying the business wasn't good for either one of us, because I'm not sure, I wasn't watching her booth. But yeah, I just feel like if you're gonna have a market, you shouldn't have so many of the same vendors. Now we're going to talk about the layout. The layout, as I said, there was indoor, outdoor. They put the clothing vendors and other vendors outdoors. I paid for two spaces. I think it was $120 for both spaces. Booth fee was $75 each booth, so I paid $150 for two booth spaces, right? And the layout was absolutely terrible. When I say it was terrible. They had like a normal setup, kind of like it was a little, I'll have a picture on the board. Why I keep saying board, on the screen. I'm gonna draw it on my iPad to show you guys. So it was like a normal like oval shaped walk around, right? And don't mind how bad the drawing is. I'm not trying to be a perfectionist with this one. And there was vendors on the outside, right? This is where people were walking. They were walking on the little circle area I made. And then there was vendors, you know, how normal markets usually are. There are vendors on the outside of the walking area. And then there's vendors on the inside of the walking area. Okay? I get there. I let my dad get out first and look for my spot. I got out when he said that he found the spot. I looked at the spot. The spot was literally in between. Like, I can't even tell. Like, I have to show you. Hey guys, so it's editing me here. I just wanted to come and show a little bit of a better sketch of what I was trying to explain. So I was in the darker black line where it says me, and the booths beside me and the space behind them, that's exactly how I was. Like, there was a giant gap behind them. And then where that red X is, there was supposed to be another business there. When I tell you, they probably had about a 3x5 space, and that wasn't even an option. Like, the way the layout was very, very unorganized. And I was kind of disappointed because all they had to do was move one of the 8x10 spaces beside the other. And then I could have taken two of the 8x10 spaces that were on the edge, and they would have had the edge of the circle as well. And we all would have been facing the customers. But that wasn't really the case here. And I just really wanted to show you guys exactly what I was talking about, because I feel like I was talking in circles during the video. I do want to say that I know I could have went to the host or whoever was running the event, but I understood already that there were no extra spots or any extra space for me to go to. So it was either not do the event at all or just stick out the event and just learn from this, and that's what I decided to do. I just wanted to show you guys that, and we can get back to the video now. Like, I'm not even facing the walkway, like the aisle, the path. I'm not even facing that. I'm facing other vendors, and then other vendors are behind me. Not facing the people across the walkway, facing people beside that should be beside me. So the way I had to set up was as if I was a grocery aisle. Like, I had to set up like the aisle that the booth was an aisle, so that it wasn't even like, anyways, that's how I had to set up. And a few people had come through and told me, they were, oh, I didn't even know you were here, or oh, you're like hidden a little bit or something like that. And I was like, yeah. And it was no hate to them, because they were just telling the truth, because that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I will say I will do the market again, but only I will send an email before I send them that money to make sure that my space is not between vendors, facing them and behind them, instead of facing the walkway or the path where people will actually walk. Because whenever whenever customers come through, if you do markets, you know a lot of customers don't like to come into booths. They like to just see, like, they need something to catch their eye, or they need to be able to touch something without coming in your booth, if that makes sense. And with that setup, they had to come through, like they had to walk through like it was a grocery aisle. And that wasn't really beneficial for my business, because people are sometimes like shy to come through booths, and whether they liked something or not, sometimes they would come on one side and there was a rack on one side and there was a rack on the other side and there was my table in between. Sometimes they would come to one rack and just like peek around to see the other rack. Yeah, it just wasn't the best, but it was one of my best markets, even though the setup wasn't the best. If I had a better setup, I think it would probably be my second best market. I think my last market, or I know my last market was my best market, and this market was this might have been my second best market as well. Or not as well, but actually it might be my second best market. I think it's my second best market. I think so. But it could have been first, my best market. But the setup really was like not helping me out at all. But I really enjoyed the people that I was able to meet there. They were really nice people. This market was at a church, so that's like my main demographic, because I sell Christian apparel and accessories and other stuff. That's why I think I did so well, even though the setup wasn't good. But if I had a better setup or a better area to set up in, I think that might have been my best market. I know I'm speaking about it like it wasn't the best, like a great market. It wasn't due to the setup and the space I was given, but I'm still thankful for the people that were able to come and buy things and the people that were able to find my booth. But yeah, I will probably be back. Hopefully it's a better outcome for my next one, or for the next year. Sorry for saying so much. So that's how the market went. I'll give the market a 7 out of 10, only because of the setup, and it was freezing cold outside. They said they would put heaters. There were heaters, but it was like 4 heaters and it was cold, and the heaters weren't heaters. They weren't, I mean, they were heaters obviously, but it was still cold outside. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't want you to think that I'm ungrateful for the market and for the opportunity, but I did want to just show you guys the true things behind, like the real things behind markets, because markets aren't always the best. You aren't always making thousands of dollars. You're not always going to be doing the best at markets, but I wanted to show the good and the bad for markets, and I think this market had an equal amount of good and bad. I feel it was pretty balanced out, and I will say I will do it again, but hopefully it will be a little bit of a better setup for me next time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you go check out my last video with my best market yet. My best market yet. I had more interactions with customers on that one. I had more behind the scenes setup and all that stuff, and it's a much longer video, so go check that one out. I will have it linked down below, and it's on my channel, so hit that subscribe button also, because I will be doing a few more markets, 3 more markets left I believe, so go check that video. No, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload my next video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.